If you didn't hear the song, I'll leave a link in the description box, as well as the title of the song, and most likely I'll leave the genre if you're interested. But what I'm going to talk about today or tonight is self. Yourself, myself, ourselves. I think that's one of the most important things when going through this thing called life that we're all going through right now. That's very, very much something you need to take into consideration. Judging by the videos I've watched throughout my entire time on YouTube, and whoever I'm subscribed to watching this, your videos as well, I've learned that we are at most, can say awake, aware, or aware of what's going on in the world. Not to a full extent, but, we know things, we see things, we hear things. Put things together, right? But another thing I also notice is the fact that sometimes we lack being interested in ourselves. We lack that part of us. And one guy that I'm subscribed to, well, I'm not subscribed to, but he subbed to me. His name is his YouTube username is Euphoric Mind. I'll put the note or spotlight bubble in the video so it'll pop up. I don't know him very well. Seems like a cool dude via YouTube, but I love the fact that he doesn't attend to YouTube as much. I'm not trying to say I'm a stalker or anything, but if I ever click on somebody else's name, I may look at the recent activity to see if they dropped a new video or whatever when I go to the channel page. And when I went to his channel page, his recent activity before was recently, he left a comment on my video. His recent activity before that was 6 days before he left a comment on my video, and I acknowledge that, and I admire that, because he's not entirely doing what other people like me and others are doing. He's not. There's many others who probably don't do it, but to not be entailed so much into what the fuck is going on and worrying about yourself and improving oneself and then passing that on, that's way better than the things I'm doing right now, to be honest, myself. And you guys as well. Or you guys as well. Really, that's what I've noticed with a lot of people not a lot of people, but I would say a few people who've came on YouTube for a certain amount of time and then just left. I think YouTube is a stepping stone that we all need to acknowledge and not use so much and just wean off of. Now I know I've made two videos of me saying shut the fuck up and enjoy the show. I have made I think 3 or 4 videos since then, but they haven't really been, back to back, which, I mean, a few of them have been back to back, but it's more of a calm down tone, the message, the videos I'm trying to make now. I'm trying to relax myself, wean myself off of YouTube and what I usually watch. You know, there's some good people out there, but still, we're not, I just feel like, me personally, I know I'm not the only one, it's just that there's nothing there anymore with YouTube. There's nothing there. It's a cesspool of more entertainment being chugged down your throat. Just watch I think a Terrence McKenna clip. It says, reclaiming yourself. If I can find it still or bring it up, I'll drop it in the description box also. It's a little short 2-minute clip. Just showing you the things we're introduced to on a daily basis. Or just reminded of. Just not that I keep retracting my steps, but I kind of like, it's like my ego gets stroked. It's like my ego and my consciousness are just like they're two minds, and they're just mirroring each other. You just keep imitating each other, one after another. And I don't know sometimes if my ego is in control or is it my consciousness. It startles me sometimes because I'm like, that's how, like, not to shrug off Trayvon Martin, but once again, to me, that's another distraction. That's another thing to get in the way of you thinking the way you should think. Some of you may say, no, that's bullshit. Doesn't really affect my train of thought. Doesn't affect my way of living. But yes, it does. Everything does. Anything someone says, does to you, you watch, it influences you towards doing something or saying something through what the person just, everything affects you. Pretty much everything affects you right now. Or it has always affected you. But I really want to start focusing on myself because I know I have problems just like anybody else. But these are mental hurdles that I have to focus on through myself, and going to YouTube isn't going to cut it. Anybody new to YouTube, trust me, just don't sign off, but don't ever make videos. Just trust me, you get addicted to it. Not addicted to it, but it becomes a habit. It really becomes a habit, and you just can't. Not that you can't stop, but your psyche becomes attached to YouTube. So anytime you have a question, anytime you want to say something you feel, anytime you just anything, you make a video. Because why not? Somebody will watch it. Somebody, and the thing about it is, I think what it is we all want to be cared for and we all want to care, but some of us are detached from that, and it's hard for us to do it in real life. It's hard for us to do it in real life, or it's difficult. Not hard, but it's difficult because we don't know where to start. You know. That's why sometimes I'm a little bit skeptical on the Occupy Wall Street and just anything happening right now because it's happening right now. That's why I feel like it's weird because now, what if the internet wasn't as popular as it is today? What if it was popular? Okay, what if the internet, the way it is right now, and Windows 8 and iPad 3, what if all the things of this year, of this age, came out or was presented to us as as consumers 6 years ago? So meaning in 2006 we had the iPad 3, we had Windows 8. Would we still be having the same feeling and reaction to the world as we do today at that time? Or the other one, I don't want to spell it out right now, but the other one, other outcome, because I know the internet plays an important role, but we're finding out shit too easily. Just as a little, tangent I'm about to go on probably right now, but don't you feel like that's kind of weird? We're finding things out too easily. It's not hidden from us anymore. It's not shrouded. It's right in front of our faces. Most of our faces. I don't know. I just think I have a lot to work on via self, because when you really look at a lot of people's videos, they're dispersed, or just anything you watch in the TV or the movies, you're just dispersing your energy towards something that's not going to give it back. Basketball. I mean, they say they give back, but almost the way things, I feel like the way things are set up with just sports and media and celebrities and charities and donations and walks and all these different things, it's bullshit to me. It's just bullshit. Alright, it's bogus. It's not bullshit. It's bogus to me. It's bogus to me, man. Every sport, and NHL, NBA, NFL, they all have their little donation centers and charity centers, and I just think it's for me personally, it's time to start caring more than I ever did before in order to break out of this this pit of dark seaweed, if I can put it in that term. It's not that it's not. I mean, I've had my on and offs, my good weeks, my bad weeks, but what I'm trying to say is that focusing more on yourself and diverting your attention towards yourself instead of other things that don't give back is something I need to work on, and probably you need to work on as well. I'm not an expert, I'm not a therapist, I'm not nothing like that, but when you just as a human experience right now, when you give your energy away to a game or a TV show or something that doesn't give back to you, it doesn't make any sense. You're empty. You're really empty. You think you have a lot to say, you think you have a lot on your mind, and you're like, yeah, man, no one listens to me, no one talks to me, yeah, and then you go out and you try to explain it to somebody or you try to talk to somebody, it doesn't come out right, and you're wondering why. But give it due time, and you'll start to, easily talk to one another or another person. But you also realize that you don't have a lot to say. I figured this out a couple days ago, man. Just like, as much as I think and I vlog and I vent and I make videos and I rant, I really have not a lot. I don't have a lot of topics in my head that I can just talk about. And probably sometimes I think about it, like, what if there is nothing to talk about anymore in the world? What if there's nothing to really talk about? Because at times I do feel like we as human beings, we're not maxed out, but something's wrong. I feel stifled as a human being. I feel stifled because I'm like, there's something more than this, but there's not. It's not being televised. There's something more than what's going on right now in the universe, on our planet, in us, the sun, everything. But we're just not being told. The truth is being shrouded in a way, like Yoda in Star Wars Episode 3 or 2, how he couldn't really sense the dark side because the dark side clouded his judgment or some shit like that. With Yoda, it's something like this towards those what I just said, something towards that line. But not a lot, but a few instances recently and some videos make me realize, like, I gotta focus on myself. Fuck. I'm not saying fuck Trayvon Martin, but fuck these things that pop up on the news that has nothing to do with me. And yes, hey, they may be saying something happened, this virus broke out. But you know what? I think about it like, you know what? Let me just leave it in fate's hand. Whatever fate guides me, just go. Stop fucking going against the grain and saying, no, that's not my path. That's not my path. Like, just go with it. Because I never know. The next step out the door, I could meet the person I'm supposed to meet and become the real Travis, the real Prince G28, King G28. I could be, it just could be anything. But to restrict myself from doing something or saying something shouldn't really, I feel like it shouldn't really determine where I go in life. But if it does, it does. And I can't really do nothing against that. So, I also think about just being your best self and really, really trying to try. Don't even try. Try to try. And that will get me, I think it will get me somewhere. I'm not saying to be super, super positive, but, just release myself. Like, stop holding on to my past judgments and grudges and people and things I've said and things I did. I can't change it. I really can't change it. I don't think any of us can change it, unless we had a time machine, obviously, but... And I think sometimes if it did happen, it happened for a reason. It happens for us so we can learn from it, because we all make mistakes. You may say, oh, we're not perfect, but I think we're perfect. We're just living in an imperfect world, and it's not matching up, and that's why a lot of our thoughts and actions don't match up with reality, because it's like, you can do it, but other people and other things are telling you can't do it, and it's like, no, I can do it. We're perfect, but you don't think we're perfect because you've been brainwashed by the media or brainwashed by your parents or just something, and you just don't realize the full potential that you have as a human spirit and human mind and all that jazz. They don't understand it. So I know where the conflict comes in sometimes, where you want to talk to somebody or you want to say something on your mind, but you were quiet. It's just like, fuck it. Fuck it. That's the whole title of this video. Fuck it. Peace out.